sustainable practices which are taking place in the school campuses, and understand some quantifiable outcomes and blueprints of some projects which have really worked well for you. So the audience can have a roadmap that if they really want to replicate any one successful project at their school.
It's a little, because we've all been talking about what we do in our schools, rainwater harvesting and solar panel and eco-friendly paper. I want to put a different perspective to this as to how we as educators can help a mind shift among the student, teacher, and parent community. I'll just start with reading something which I heard the great Dr. Amita Vatal write. This is her writing, not mine. And she said, when all the laughter dies in sorrow, when all the tears have risen to a flood, when all the wars have found a cause in human wisdom and in blood, do you think they will curse the sadness? Or do you think an eye will blink? Do you think they will think of the madness when all the great galactic systems have sighed to a frozen open space? Or do you even think there will be a semblance of human race? Do you think there will be a vestige of symbol or a cosmic tear? Or do you even think there will be a greater thinking that anyone would give a damn to man, whether a robot or whether it's an algorithm? So how do we bring a sustainable classroom? To talk about a sustainable school, I think it has to start with a sustainable classroom. It has to start with a sustainable individual. So the question here is, how do we sow the seed of this sustainability in the mind of a child in such a way that we teach our children to embrace the world and not demonize the world? And I thank you for organizing this. It reminds me of Edward Lorenz. I think we've all heard of his theory of chaos. And his theory of chaos stated that if a butterfly flies in the Amazon, there will be a tornado in Beijing, metamorphical. But what it says is beautiful. Little things can lead to very great things. The little things that we do in our classrooms can lead to very great things. I love learning about solar energy, but I think our perspective as educators need to take a different path. When your teachers teach electricity, teach physics, we do teach them, switch off the lights. I think all of us do it. How many of us have told them, when you keep a light on, have you ever thought of the coal miner in Dhanbad whose lungs are blackened with coal and who dies, and his wife is a widow and his 5 children are orphans and no one cares about them? You build sensitivity. We have several SDG goals, but the most important SDG goal is goal number 4. Please give thought to what I am saying. Every SDG goal, be it 17, which speaks about partnership, be it the goal which speaks about poverty eradication, be it the goal that speaks about equality, SDG 4 speaks of inclusivity, of equality, of education. If we don't educate our children, then this whole message, I think we all have to live a life where we function well with 2 beautiful registers where thought and action must meet. This lovely discussion that we are having through the day are all thoughts poured into words. If that doesn't transmit to action, we wasted several hours sitting here. We wasted several hours. It reminds me also of a story many years, and talking about Beijing, the butterfly effect of Edward Lorenz in Beijing, I think we need to teach our children that in 1997, the Chinese government sent 3,000 Huan laborers to work on the Yangtze River. They raised the Yangtze River to such a height and weight that today China faces the worst floods that anyone could see along the Yangtze pathway. If you talk about, remind the children, you need to tell the children these stories instead of just telling them don't throw waste, use green energy. They need to be sensitized. There's someone who took the Hawaiian government to court. He lost the case, but he fought for the alala crow that was extinct. The dodo bird died. Who died first? The bird didn't die first. The habitat died first. The ecology died first. You as leaders, just as I explained about the electricity, about telling them about the Dhanbad miner or the coal miner whose family is orphaned, maybe then they will switch it off faster. They will never leave it on by mistake also. When you walk around during the break time, I guess all leaders walk around during the break to interact with your students, and you see food being wasted. Instead of just telling them don't waste food, you must share with them stories of the farmer in the Terai region who stands in 3 feet of water with leeches on his legs, not knowing where the next meal will come for his children. And in depth, he commits suicide. If you waste food, then we are indirectly responsible for someone feeling depressed and ending his life. You need to sensitize people like this. If you don't share stories like this, I think we need to touch the inner core of our kids to bring about a transformation. And then I feel, GoSharpener, I think you'll reach your target even faster of achieving what you dreamt of when you started this company. I believe education, the best education you can give is the education of peace, of kindness, and of the environment, all three together in equal proportion. Otherwise, we are failing in educating our children. I think there's no better story than successful, good human beings for a better world tomorrow. If you don't train them to be good human beings by softening the hard corners of their being into softness of thought, then I think we are definitely not working in the right direction by just telling them, switch off the light, don't waste food. Give them examples. Touch the core of their beings to bring about a transformation. I won't lie. I don't want to come on a platform like this and lie. My school is far from all that I see in your manifesto, all that you do. But thank you for giving me all that, and I'm reading it, and I feel inspired to bring about a change. We will do a lot that you have mentioned. I don't want to sit here and say that I'm doing A, B, C, D, but I want to sit here and say that I will work towards achieving all that you have mentioned in your framework. We will work. Someone has to bring about a change. And I think the best change happens with small but honest, very honest steps towards that change. You've given me 5 minutes, or I could have spoken a lot more of sharing with you my vision of how we can bring sustainability within the walls of a classroom, sustainability within the walls of the mind of the children.
Absolutely, and sir, such amazing and beautiful words. I would really want to keep on listening. It was so captivating. Thank you for sharing.